Okay, after continuation of the previous topic, alimentary canal, internal structure of the alimentary canal from the mouth to the anus. We will study about the history of the alimentary canal. Generally, in human beings, alimentary canal is composed of 4 layers. Alimentary canal consists of 4 layers. A are 1 serosa and 2 muscularis coat and 3 submucosa and 4 mucosa. The outermost layer is called serosa. The outermost layer of the alimentary canal is called serosa. The serosa is composed with epithelium, that is stratified squamous epithelium. The outermost layer is known as serosa, which is made up of epithelium, that is stratified squamous epithelium. Actually, alimentary canal begins with mouth and up to the anus, but here a tube-like structure which begins from esophagus up to the large intestine, which consists these 4 layers: esophagus up to the large intestine, which consists these 4 layers. And generally, the serosa layer, serosa or serous membrane, outer serosa or serous membrane, which is not distinctly present or which is not present in the esophagus region. So, serosa is absent in esophagus. Serosa, the outermost layer, is absent or haven't, means serosa is absent in esophagus. Esophagus does not have the outermost serosa membrane. But whereas instead of serosa membrane, esophagus possesses tunica adventitia. So here the serosa membrane, the serosa is absent in the esophagus, but instead of serosa membrane, esophagus possesses tunica adventitia. So while coming to the serosa membrane, which is the outermost membrane, which is made up of stratified squamous epithelium, the next layer is muscularis coat. Actually, the muscularis coat consists 2 types of muscles: outer longitudinal, outer longitudinal and inner circular membrane, circular muscles, outer longitudinal muscles and inner circular muscles. So again, which consists of two types of circularis membranes or circular regions, two types of muscle regions. The outer coat is longitudinal coat and the inner coat is circular muscular coat. The inner circularis muscular coat. So the outer longitudinal coat, the outer longitudinal muscles and the inner circular muscles. So these two which forms the muscularis coat, it is the second layer from the outer region to the inner region. In some regions like a stomach, somewhere else, some of the oblique muscles which are also present in the innermost region of the circular muscles. Oblique muscles which are present in the inner region of circularis muscle coat. And all these muscles are unstriped muscles. So all these muscles are unstriped. That is known as smooth muscles. The unstriped muscles are known as smooth muscles. Okay, coming to this is the longitudinal section of the alimentary canal, whereas transverse section of the alimentary canal. While observing the transverse section or in some horizontal section of the alimentary canal, we can see the outermost layer is the serosa, and it is the longitudinal membrane or longitudinal muscular coat, and the inner, which is circularis muscular coat. The inner coat is a circularis muscular coat. So this is serosa and the longitudinal muscle, and this is a circular muscles. While observing the inner circularis region, some of the nerve endings which are present in the nerve fluxes which are present in the muscular coat, which is located in the which one is a circular muscular region, that nerve fluxes which are The nerve flexes which are considered as mesenteric plexus. Mesenteric plexus. The mesenteric plexus are known as Arobatic flexus. Arobatic flexus. Arobatic flexus. Inner circularis muscular region which consists of nerve fibers. Nerve fibers. The nerve fibers flexes are called mesenteric flexes, which are also known as arobatic flexes. The arobatic flexes which are in autonomic in nature. Autonomic in nature. The arobatic flexes which are in autonomous in nature. So which helps in the mesenteric flexes, which helps in peristaltic movements. Peristaltic movements, which gives peristaltic movements. So again another membrane which is considered as submucosa. Submucosa. The third membrane is known as submucosa. So submucosa also known as tela submucosa. The submucosa which is also known as tela submucosa. Generally which is made up of the submucosa which is made up of loose connective tissue. Submucosa membrane which is consists loose connective tissue. Loose connective tissue, which consists of loose connective tissue. And again, submucosa of the duodenum, which consists Brunner's glands. Another important point: submucosa of Brunner's gland. Brunner's glands present in duodenum which secretes mucus. Again, below the circularis membrane, it is submucosa. So the submucosa membrane. So this is submucosa. The submucosal membrane, which consists another nerve endings or flexes. Nerve flexes. The submucosa which consists another flexes. That flexes which are considered as Meissner's flexes. Meissner's flexes. The submucosa which will consist another nerve fibers endings which are considered as Meissner's flexes, which is also autonomous in nature, which also helps in the peristaltic movements. So two types of flexes. The first flexes which are known as mesenteric flexes, also known as arobatic flexes, which are present in the circularis region of the muscular cord, and the second fluxes which are known as Meissner's fluxes, which are present in the submucosal region. And coming to the fourth one, mucosa. The innermost membrane which is called mucosa. The outermost layer is serosa. The innermost layer is mucosa. So this is the gut region, alimentary canal cavity, and this is mucosa. Mucosa. Actually, the mucosa membrane is also known as tunica mucosa. Tunica mucosa. The inner membrane which is known as tunica mucosa. Why it given the name tunica mucosa means the mucosa membrane which consists many gastric glands which secretes mucus. Hence given the term which one means mucosa, tunica mucosa. And whereas the inner lining of the stomach, whereas in the inner lining of the mucosa region of stomach, while we observe it is in a stomach region, the innermost region which is mucosa, the mucosa region consists of many foldings. These foldings are considered as gastric rugae. In between the gastric rugae, which consists of many gastric glands, which secretes gastric juice, it includes HCl, proenzymes, pepsinogen, likewise, which helps in the digestion of the food materials. While you observe the alimentary canal, history of the alimentary canal, it begins from the esophagus to the large intestine. Esophagus, which does not have outer surface serosa, which consists only the three layers. Outer, instead of that serosa membrane, esophagus consists a specific membrane that is called tunica adventitia. The three layers which are present in the esophagus up to the small intestine and up to the large intestine. While observing the mucosa, there is a two types of difference between the mucosal regions. While observing the stomach and intestine, we observe in the stomach region, the mucosa consists of many folding-like structures. These foldings are known as gastric rugae, which secretes juice. That juice is considered as gastric juice, which always from the 0.9 to 1.8 pH, hence it is in acidic nature, like which contains HCl. The gastric glands which secretes the HCl. The pH of the gastric juice is always 0.9 to 1.8, and it is always in acidic nature. So the gastric juice which digests the food material which enters through the alimentary canal and reaches to the stomach. Whereas while observing the stomach, the foldings are called gastric rugae. While observing the small intestine, the outermost layer is serosa. The next layer is muscularis port, and the sublayer is submucosa, and the lining which is mucosa. Here the mucosa consists of many foldings. These foldings are considered as gastric rugae. But Whereas in mucosa of the small intestine, the inner region of the mucosa, which consists of many finger-like projections, each projection is called villus. These projections are called villi. Each projection is called villus. And on the outer surface of the each villus, which consists many small brush-bordered appearance-like structures, these are called microvilli. The microvilli which increases the rate of absorption, increases the rate of area and increases the rate of absorption. And again, a specific projections which are again enters into the inner region, which are considered as crypts of Lieberkühn. Crypts of Lieberkühn. Again, each villus consists a large projection which is called lacteal, and again two another branches which are called, one is artery and another one is vein. So each villus consists, what are the three types of vessels means? One is lacteal, second one is artery, and another one is vein. Each villus consists another three vessels. One is lacteals, another one is artery, and another one is vein. The lacteals which collects the materials which are absorbed through the microvilli and enters into the lacteals which are known as lymph capillaries. What is meant by lymph? The ECF, extracellular fluid, which is known as lymph previously. In first year we discussed about the lymph. The lacteals receives the lymph which enters into the lymph capillaries. The lymph capillaries leads into the lymph ductals. The lymph ductals which are opens into the lymph ducts, and the lymph ducts many forms are unite to form a large lymphatic duct. On the respective side of the right side and left side, two lymphatic ducts are arises, which collects the extracellular fluid. Where the extracellular fluid is formed, previously we discussed about that, how it is formed. So which collects the lymph from the both sides towards the, or which opens into the large lymphatic duct which is called the thoracic duct, and the thoracic duct opens into the subclavian vein, and the subclavian vein which opens into the which opens into the veins and which leads into the heart, again which reaches the heart, lungs for the purification and supply, and enters into the circulatory pathway. This is the internal structure of the history of alimentary canal. Again, the inner mucous membrane, which again consists another three layers. That is known as the outer muscularis mucosa, the outer, which is present towards the circularis cord or towards the muscular cord, and the middle lamina propria, this is middle, First one is muscularis mucosa and second one is lamina propria, and the third one is innermost layer of the epithelium. Inner layer of epithelium. The inner layer of epithelium. So the mucosa which again consists of three membranes. Towards the subclaris cortican or submucosal region, which is muscularis mucosa, and the middle is lamina propria, and the inner is epithelium. Whereas one third of the esophagus. Again, we have the esophagus, which divided into three regions. Esophagus, which again divided into three regions. 1, 2, 3. One third of the esophagus without any fluxes, like Arabic fluxes and Mezinus fluxes. Without any fluxes, Arabic fluxes and Mezinus fluxes, which are absent in the one third of the esophagus region. Whereas again esophagus is divided into another two types of regions, consists of muscles. One upper part which consists stipler muscles, and lower part which consists unstipler muscles. Based on the character again which divided into two regions, it is a separate topic. We will previously discussed that one. So this is the history of elementary canal.